Before we dive into this particular one, let's talk Porsche for a second. Well, it was started by Dr. Ferdinand Porsche in 1948 with just 200 people as a brand new car manufacturers. And it wasn't until 1975 where the first Legend and the Icon was produced. And then, of course, is the Porsche 911. So that's what most people think of when they think of Porsche, right? The sports cars, the iconic 911, the Carreras, the Caymans, the Boxsters maybe. And it wasn't until the early 2000s when Porsche jumped on the bandwagon, producing the first SUV, and it was called Cayenne. And of course, it's still in production till this day, and it's the largest sibling of this Macan. The Macan was introduced in 2014, didn't get to the United States till 2015 model year, and it became wildly popular. And it was a great decision by Porsche because literally these SUVs saved the brand. They produced enough income to concentrate also on development on the new 911s and sports cars, which is important, right? When you're running a company, you want to have the cash cow, right, to produce something that you really want. But I'm so glad that Porsche stuck to the racing and the sports car heritage when designing these vehicles. Let's take a look. Love the hood. It kind of reminds me of all the sport vehicles that Porsche makes. Nice slanted hood, big Porsche crest right in the middle, huge lights, so typical for Porsche. And the inside of them, they have, of course, the LED lights, but they also have the LED daytime running lights, those 4 reflector lights that create this such a special light signature. And then down here, when you get to the bottom of it, look at this. This is all wide open, creating this better airflow, air circulation for it. Huge air dams right here. And of course, you have the turn signals down at the bottom. And the grille, I mean, there's nothing too special about it. Again, it's wide open, and this is covered in this matte black. You have the front view camera. Behind this is where a lot of the Porsche safety technology hides, and nothing too crazy at the bottom of it. You have this matte black trim. Now, if you do like the color, they call it chalk. It's about $3,000 option if you put it on your Porsche. 2023 Macan is available with several different engine options. Let's pop the hood and let's see what we have here. Well, check it out, guys. Before we take a look at the engine, let's take a look at the hood itself. Look how it opens. It does have this clamshell design. Looks absolutely stunning. Has some sound insulation right here, and of course, it is held up by the struts on both sides. Now, what we have in the heart of this beast is a 2.9-liter V6 turbocharged and intercooled engine producing 375 horsepower, 383 foot-pounds of torque. Made it to a dual clutch, 7-speed automatic transmission. This thing is a beast. It can get this vehicle 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds. Now check this out. Look at all this bracing right here for better rigidity, better dynamics, even right over here. I think those are the engine mounts to keep the ride very nice and civilized too. I'm super excited to take this vehicle for a ride at the end of this video. Every time I look at Porsche, I'm amazed with the fit and finish and the quality and the thickness of the paint. So it looks absolutely amazing. And there's no difference on this particular one. Love that chalk color. Like I mentioned before, this is about $3,000 option. It looks perfect, especially with the combination with this piano black, as you can see on the door handles, around the windows, the pillars. The mirrors are the same color as the rest of the vehicle. And you can see there's a camera right underneath here. There's turn signal inside of the mirror. And of course, you do have the keyless entry system, which, you know, if you get closer to the vehicle, you can lock it, you can unlock it without pressing anything on the buttons on the remote, which I'm going to show you that in just a second. And here it is. This is where the hood starts. When it opens up, this whole thing lifts up, and, you know, down here, 20-inch rims come standard on the Macan S. Now, I wasn't sure if these are the standard rims that come with it, or if this is the $2,700 update to the titanium, because I don't have the original sticker for this vehicle. But both of them, they have a very similar design. What's also important to mention, that the tires are staggered. They're 265 by 45 in the front, they're 295 in the back. Of course, you have the large performance rotors and the huge red calipers with the Porsche stamped on it, and this vehicle is equipped with the adaptive suspension. So overall, the design pretty cool, nice, sports, stylish. Right here at the bottom, love this trim over here. It does have some texture in it. The only thing that I would change, if it was me, I would probably have the rocker panel either painted the same color as the rest of the vehicle, or maybe that piano black would kind of pop. Well, let's move to the back. Let's see what we have there. And here the sporty and stylish design, of course, continues right in the back of this vehicle. Starting right on top, you have this piano black gate spoiler with the third brake light right here, exposed wiper. This is where you push to open up that gate, but I still kind of wish that they hid this wiper underneath here. And take a look at the lights. Love the lights. Let me hit the button on the remote so you can see how nicely they illuminate here. Very beautiful, bright. You have everything incorporated in it. That's including, of course, your taillights, brake lights, reverse lights, and turn signals. Porsche is spelled out in black right in here, and Macan S at the bottom. And scrolling down, of course, you have this more aggressive lower portion of the bumper with the reflector lights and huge dual exhaust that sound absolutely amazing. Let's take a listen. Well, let's see if there's any room in the cargo area here, and I'm happy to report there's quite a bit of it. Now, it's not as big as the Escalade, of course, but it is a compact SUV, so you can definitely fit like 3 large suitcases, maybe 4, definitely like 4 or 5 carry-ons. Underneath here, you have the temporary use spare tire. Check this out. This is a pretty cool design. 80 kilometers per hour or 50 miles per hour is the maximum that you can go with it. And then you have the 40-20-40 split, but if you want to fold down the seats, of course you can, but you can fold them down. Either that's 20 by itself, or you can fold them down by going 60 and 40. And of course, this is how much room you'll end up with if you fold all of them. That middle portion, if you're skiing or something, you can fold it out by itself. I'll show you how it's done from the inside. Well, here we go, guys. If you're looking for a space, and you need a lot of it, you better go for either a Cayenne or something bigger. This is fairly confined. Now I'm 6 feet tall, have this front seat adjusted to my regular driving position. I'm touching my knees to the back of the seat. The seats are on the firmer side, that's for sure. And, you know, I have enough shoulder room, definitely enough headroom, maybe about 1.5 to 2 inches above my head. But this is not the most comfortable place to be in this car. Now, if you're a kid or somebody of a smaller posture, maybe. But if your friends complain and you bought this vehicle because you love driving it, well, tell them, hey, get used to it or take an Uber. Let's take a look at the rest of this interior. So let's start with the rear door panel. So we have a really nicely outfitted door panel with some leather wrapping contrast stitching, piano black trim, polished aluminum door handle. This is all nice and soft and includes this nice grab handle with the controls for your windows, of course. Bose marked stereo. Right at the bottom, there's 1 speaker, 2nd speaker right here, and then you have a little bit more storage down here. Now, both of the seat backs have the seat back pockets. Right in the middle, you also have your own vents, which is a huge plus. Temperature control, heated seats, 2 USB Type-C ports, and I gotta tell you, one complaint: this huge bump virtually would make it impossible for somebody that's large to sit in this middle seat. So that's actually intended for 2 passengers in the back. The seats nicely profiled. Like I said, they're kind of on the firmer side. You have the leather package on this one, which has the perforated inlays on the inside and the solid leather on the exterior. And then you have this foldable, of course, armrest with the cup holders. And, you know, if you look up on top, you see this big panoramic sunroof, which I'm going to open for you while doing the interior. Well, I mentioned to you about fit and finish. Well, let's close the door and find out. Boom. Nice, solid, heavy door. Looking at this front door panel, you see basically a similar setup as in the back, with the addition of 2 memory seat settings, lock and unlock, and of course your mirror, window, and lock controls, as well as the gate opener for the back. Also a Bose stereo, 2 speakers right inside of the door panel, and you have this, basically it looks like leather lined storage down here, and this is big. This, you can fit like a large bottle of water. Now, Macan S right on the door sill, and of course you have the adjustments for your seats, the power adjustments for your seats. right over here, the front seats, I thought they would actually be more aggressive. They almost are like the same as the back seats with the addition of a lot more controls, right? Including this tie support over here. Now, this is a typical Porsche, so you have your starter on the left-hand side. This is your light controls. And, you know, one of the things with this price point, I would like to see an electric adjustment for the tilt and telescoping steering wheel. But let me jump inside. I'll show you the rest of this Macan S. Sitting in this 2023 Porsche Macan feels like you sit in a sports car. Check out the steering wheel out of a sports car. Gauges, same thing, out of a sports car. You even have this clock that you see at many of the 911s. And check this out. I'm not sure if I like this piano black trim right here. Well, that's polished aluminum. You even have the polished aluminum handle over here for your glove box. And this is nicely wrapped with leather. Now, I do like the screen. I think it's a 10.8-inch screen with the infotainment system. We'll check out the functionality of it, and love the clock. Now, this would be white face. I believe it was equipped with this sports and chrono package, which this one does not have. And let's take a look at the steering wheel. Steering wheel out of a sports car. Nice, solid. You know, I love the feel of it. It feels really good. It's just the right size. And I could look at this crest all day long. This is my favorite. Now you get some functionality in here. So here's your voice control, volume button, and you can have some memory adjustments for the media. And then you have your track basically adjustments here. This is for your phone, back button, and you know, let's see if we can change something or anything in this gauge cluster. So first of all, you have this very prominent tachometer right in front of you. The speedometer is on your left hand side, and on the right hand side you have this little screen here. So let's see, this is stuff that's changing here. So this is your vehicle information, your temperature for the coolant, your temperature or pressure for the oil. So you do have some stuff that you can change. Adaptive cruise control is off right now. Torque split, TPMS, which is tire pressure monitoring system, your trip computer, navigation. Here's your navigation screen if you then want to have it on your main screen, and then your last destination input, recent destination. Here's Sanibel Island, start route guidance. Let's check this out. So
the destination is on a restricted access street. Please drive to the route shown.
All right, so yeah, I guess the Sanibel didn't quite open after Eon yet. Now it says navigation, we're in the off-road, we're actually in the parking structure. I'm actually gonna turn off that guidance, and we're gonna move to the infotainment system. So this is your navigation screen. You're a nav in the infotainment system. Now, I have always honestly found the Porsche maps not to be like the super accurate. I like actually other manufacturers probably better, but you know, you have it, and you can always use your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay if you didn't like it. So here's your home screen, split in several different ways, and then you have those tabs which you can click on. You know, this is 90s on 9. Let's say this is your Sirius XM. Yeah, I have it muted right now due to the copyright issues with YouTube if I play it. But so you have the Sirius XM. You of course have other media inputs, phone, car. Let's see what's here. Control as far as the vehicle. So we have the locking light and visibility, set lights, wipers, and reversing functions, climate and heating, Porsche Active Safe. Let's go back. Displays, see what we can customize. Display brightness, switch off screen proximity sensors, touchstone settings, system. Here's your date and time units, voice control, language, software update, factory setting, etc. So you can definitely do some customization. Let's see if the owner's manual is a link or if it's actually a regular owner's manual. It is a full owner's manual. So if you buy one, you're not sure of how to use it, you have your owner's manual that's built in here. Guess what? There's also videos, you know, display and input, opening and unlocking. All right, so there's a video you can play if you're not sure how to do something. How cool is that? That's awesome. All right, let's go back to apps. So you have weather news, legal info, gas station, hotel, parking, restaurants, online search. And this is on the Porsche Connect. ID settings, I don't have that. I kind of wish. Oh, here's the. All right. So we'll go to the devices, and you have my device that's connected it here. And I wonder if we can connect my Porsche app. No. Nope. Link. Well, that's searching for a new device. So basically, here's my device. It's connected as a phone, but it's not connected as far as music. So it looks like it is not compatible with the wireless Android Auto, which at least I can't find it here. So that's your infotainment system. I mean, it's not as advanced as some of the Mercedes-Benz, let's say MBUX, the newest one, which, you know, quite frankly, I like better. And then right here, you have your volume control. Of course, you have your track. There's your warning that I've seen on pretty much all of the Porsches, miles per hour, 150, 240 kilometers per hour. I think that's where it's governed at, I think. And here's your option button. So in addition to the touchscreen or voice control, you can actually use this scroll button and basically go to the tab that you like. And let's see at the bottom, you know, it's moving. And then basically you can select it by pushing on it. You also have the option button here. Now, one other thing that I didn't check out, let's do it right now, is the rear view camera. Let's put it in reverse. All right, so now we have the rear view camera, decent quality, but again, it takes up only a portion of the screen. You have the front view camera, that also gives you the top down camera, side cams. You have the panorama front and the panorama rear, and you also have the top view on the camera. So pretty standard. I mean, nothing too crazy, nothing that's different or better from the competition. Now scrolling down here, let's put it first in park. You have this regular type of shifter, which is really nice. And I actually like this cockpit. Now, I kind of wish, and I tell you why, I kind of wish that they didn't do a touchscreen like this. They used to have actual physical buttons on some of those, and I think those were better, because I'm not sure if you can see it. It's going to be hard, right? But this is a used vehicle. It's only got 5,000 miles, but it's already got scratches all over. So if you put something on top of it, it's going to scratch all this plastic, which no matter how beautiful it looks and how much functionality it has, it actually is going to scratch like crazy. So first of all, so you have your temperature control or your temperature settings right here, your fan settings on the side, then you have your hazard lights. You also have your temperature settings for your passenger and some shortcuts right on top for the rest of the AC. Now, this is the different vent settings. You also have the heated ventilated seats. You have your off-road mode that you can set up on. We can turn that off. Hill descent assist. You also have your lane keep assist, and you can turn off that automatic engine start stop button. Now on this side, what we have is we have a sport button. We also have the suspension settings, so you can have the sportier suspension settings. There's another button that's not highlighted, and it looks like this is the height control. This would be for the air suspension, which this vehicle doesn't have. Your traction control, and then another button that, again, it's not lit up, and that would be for the exhaust. I can see that very vaguely, but there's an exhaust button. There's also a button here that says on, and it looks like something for the seats. I'm not sure if that's massage or anything like this, but everything else looks like it's in this vehicle. We have a little bit of storage in here. I'm not sure what you can use it for, maybe your key, and then cup holders. Then a tiny bit of storage with SIM card access, SD card access, and 2 USB Type-C ports down in here. Love this clock. I mean, nothing too crazy, but it just looks beautiful. It just looks very classy, being not digital, but in front of you. Small mirror. Now, do we have this digital mirror? No. And then, see, these are the type of buttons that used to be on this console at the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. And so you have the home link, you have the light controls, and you have the controls for your panoramic sunroof. Right now we have this cover that's opening, and you can also, of course, slide the sunroof, the entire sunroof open. Let's do this. There you go. Nice windscreen and tons of light gets into the cabin, which is very nice. Now the interior looks very nice. It's functional. Might not be the most modern one out of them all, but I like it. Take it for a spin. Well, I'm excited. I'm going to take this for a spin really quick, but before I do that, let's talk about different trim levels that are available for Macan for 2023 model year. So I'm on Porsche's website. The Macan starts at $60,900, then there's the Macan T from $66,500, Macan S, which is what I'm sitting in right now, $72,300, starting MSRP, and Macan GTS at $86,800. Now, the Macan and Macan T are powered by this less powerful four-cylinder engine, about 261 horsepower, about 6 seconds 0 to 60, or something like this, 5.8 on the Macan T. Now, Porsche claims that this 375 horsepower on the Macan S will get you 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds. I have seen tests done that were under 4 seconds, and of course, the Macan GTS is 4.3 seconds. So depending on which one you go with, there's different technical specs. I think the Macan T's got the same 261 horsepower engine, but it does have this more sporty look from the exterior, and you know, you can get it then with the sport chrono package. So let's take this one for a spin and let's see how it drives, because apparently it really shines on the road. One of the things that really popped about this vehicle is how easy it is to just get in and drive. It doesn't require any special adjustments to get inside of it and start driving. And I gotta tell you, let's take a look and let's see how nimble it is and how tight the turning on this vehicle is. So let's turn the steering wheel all the way to the left, and let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and an 8, maybe 4 1/4 as far as the turning radius. And you can definitely feel that the chassis, the platform of this vehicle is on the stiffer side, so which is good. I mean, it has this sporty heritage. It should be stiffer. It should be more dynamic and more engaging for the driver. So I'm going to take it on the road, and we're going to check out the merging and traffic. Then hopefully I'll have the ability to check out that 0 to 60 acceleration and the sport mode. And then after that, I'm going to give you my thoughts of this vehicle and take it back to the dealership. Well, looks like the sport mode is engaged and we have a gap in traffic here. Well, let's see. Half throttle. Very nice and responsive. So here on the road, it feels really well. It feels easy to drive, very precise as far as the steering. It's a pleasure. You don't have to adjust, you know, a million things to get into driving this thing. You just get in and go. The steering wheel is right where it should be. Like I said, even with changing lanes, you know, you turn and you make this turn. It's nice, it's crisp. If you want to gun it while you're driving it, we're at 54 miles an hour. I want to hit that accelerator. Let's see, it reduced it to gear number 3, and we're at 70 like nothing. So very good as far as that. I'm curious how it's going to accelerate. Porsche claims is about 4.6 seconds on their website. Some people tested it under 4 seconds. I don't have a timer. I'm just going to have to use my feel as far as where this vehicle goes. And I'm going to tell you, it's either quick or it's not quick. Right? And how does it feel when it accelerates? Because that's the important part, right? So we have this open stretch of road. There's nobody behind us. I'm actually going to stop right here, get it down to 0, right? And let's go. Gosh, 61 miles an hour, really quick. So very nice acceleration. I don't know whether it was 4.6 or 4 or 3.8. It was quick. It was nice. I like the crispness of the shifts. I like how it did it. You know, I didn't have the, I don't think I even have the launch mode in here without the sports and chrono pack. But, you know, let's flip it over to the manual gears. All right, flip it to 4, 3, and accelerate. Very nice, crisp. It is a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, of course, with the pedal shifters, and it feels amazing. So as far as the competition, now this vehicle competes in the compact luxury SUV market, or I should say compact luxury performance SUV market, right? Because we have the regular Macan, and that should be compared to like the GLC 300, maybe the regular X3, then the Macan S. And you know, that would be like in the class with the GLC 43 as far as the Mercedes-Benz, in my opinion. And then you have the Macan GTS, that would be in the class of like the Mercedes-Benz GLC 63 or the X3M competition, because that's a lot more powerful, a lot quicker vehicle. So depending on which category you're in, you know, that's where you should be comparing it to, right? I think that there's other luxury compact vehicles that are nice, but they're just not in the same category. And we're talking about, you know, the GV70 with the Genesis, the Lexus NX, you know, but those vehicles are just not in the same book. Well, this is really nice. Well, if you're looking for a compact SUV, definitely don't forget to check out the Porsche. If you're looking for a used one, this one is for sale at Mercedes-Benz of Bonita Springs. Definitely, I'm going to post a link to their website in the description of this video. If you're interested, check it out. If they have it, give them a call and see if you can make a deal. It is really nice, and it's really in good shape too. It's only got 5,000 miles on it, so if you like the spec, definitely give them a call. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope you had fun watching this as much as I had making this. If that's something that interests you, the automotive content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell notification button so you don't miss any of the content that's coming out. And I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.